Hi guys, it's Linda with Security National Mortgage. Thank you for joining our channel. I have here with my co-host, my mentor, branch manager, and senior loan officer, Steve Schauer.
Hello, hi. Thanks for having me, Linda.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Steve. I wanted to go over a couple of things with you and share your knowledge, your vast knowledge that you have with our viewers out there. It's incredibly important. You sit here and you coach me all day, and I was like, I got to share him. So hence the reason for our YouTube channel. I want a bigger presence on social media because I believe buyers need people like you and I, okay? So question for you, and I know that you're incredibly knowledgeable in this area because this is how you built your house. Recently, I had a client ask me about one-time closed loans. Can you tell me a little bit about that and who it applies to?
Yeah, one-time close is a great option for a person wanting to build something, wanting to build a home. Not necessarily go through one of the big box builders, but go through a custom, buy the lot and build something themselves. And it's a draw system. So you think about this, I'm going to use just average numbers. You want to buy a lot for 200,000, you want to build a house for 500,000, the total together is 700,000, and you're going to then take draws throughout the process of building the framing, put in the electrical, put the roof on, put the drywall in. There's steps along that way that you could build a custom home. Doesn't have to, what everyone thinks out there when you're building something on a custom basis, everybody thinks it has to be a multi-million dollar house. And no, we do custom one-time close loans for people building a $500,000, $350,000, $700,000 house. Just happens to be a custom home through a draw process.
And building homes, if you wanted to go that route, buying the land, getting that contractor, whether it's a general contractor, your plumber, because general contractor does a little bit of everything, right? Like he puts the whole thing together for you.
The one-time construction loan will be, there's two different real types of one-time construction loans. One is going to be using a contractor, a builder to build it, and the other is owner builder. Owner builder, I'm going to tell you, is a lot tougher. A lot of people think, hey, I'll just go and buy the stuff and I'll find a lumber person to build my framing, then I'll go find an electrical, and you knock out the contractor and you don't pay the contractor. It is cheaper that way, but I'm going to tell you that's a harder way of doing a one-time construction loan. Most of us don't know all of the subs that we need to put into the build to make it flow smooth. Let's put it this way. On a one-time construction loan, no lender wants it to go 5 years. So
right.
We wanted to go a short 1 year, 1.5 year build time. And what does a general contractor do? That's their job, that they push it through. Most one-time construction loans are a contractor to build the house for you.
Now, that the one-time construction loan, is that the program itself, like the loan program itself, or does it fall under different subcategories like the VAs, FHA, conventional, USDA?
It does. You're correct. It does fall under that program. It starts out as an OTC or one-time construction, and we call it a one-time construction because there's really one loan in there. You started with a construction loan, take your time building it, whether it be 10 months to a year, year and a half, and then it flips into a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA type of loan.
So in my particular scenario,
construction, hence the term one-time construction. You're doing it once and you're flipping into, you're underwriting at the end to whatever term you're going in. At the beginning, you're underwriting that.
Okay. So what's the difference between a one-time construction and a construction to perm loan?
They're the same thing nowadays.
They are the same thing. Okay.
Construction to perm, one-time construction, OTC. Construction to permanent loan, one-time construction, same thing.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the clarification, because I think those terminologies are thrown out there and they sound great, but people just don't understand what it is.
Correct. And it's very simple. People see all this stuff on TV. I can go build my house and I'm going to build this and that. And it's tougher in the lending world. Trust me, I watch those TV programs. I like that, where they build a house one in 90 days or they build their dream home. They miss all the lending part of it, where they have to get the loan, do the draws, do everything on that. Unless you're building cash and you just want to pay cash for the house, and then get the general contractor involved. I am a big fan of getting a general contractor involved. They push things along. You know, unless you've built several houses, it's not the easiest thing to do to line up all the subcontractors.
Well, thank you so much for that, Steve. We'll wrap this part up and then, can you tell us if somebody were interested in this loan, what would be their first step? Meaning, they have the land. They've already purchased the land. They own it. They've already reached out to us as the lender. What's their next step?
Getting a contractor, getting the prices, knowing how much it is going to be to build, then making sure everything lines up. One, we have to make sure that contractor is an approvable contractor. It's hard to find. Again, we as a lender don't want to see someone who has never built a house before and I'm a contractor now. So you have to vet or approve that contract. You've got to line up the contract. I've seen so many people who say I'm qualified for the one-time construction or construction loan, and they don't have a contractor yet, and they didn't price it out correctly. You need to get it priced out correctly. You need to make sure how much it's going to cost, what the end result's going to be, and how long it's going to take to build.
Okay. And they would have to qualify for those payments, right? It's not just I qualify for a one-time construction loan. I thought I was pre-approved to buy a resale home for $400,000, but by the time everything is done, my dream home is going to be $750,000. You now no longer qualify for that, correct?
Make sure that's why you have to, on a construction loan, you have to make sure that you're qualifying for the end product. Hence the reason of a builder as well, because that builder brings in their experience to make sure it's going to be built for X amount of dollars. You have a leeway. So you want to make sure that you're not thinking yourself, I could build this house for $400,000 and it ends up being a $700,000 bill.
Understood. Last question. If they already have the land, meaning that they purchased the land, but they also kind of financed it as well, does this loan pay off that land?
It wraps it all together. Yeah. Okay. You'll wrap it all to the end loan, which wraps the whole thing together into one loan.
Wonderful. Great information. Thank you so much. I actually have a real life scenario in that. And so I thought I'd take this opportunity to ask you. Of
course. Yes. Anytime, Linda. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Steve. Linda, Security National Mortgage.
And Steve Schauer, Security National Mortgage.
Our information is below. So click on the link and we'll see you next time.